Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be painting an easy watercolor galaxy. This has been one of the highly requested videos on my Instagram and I'm finally sharing a tutorial on it. So let's dive in. First, let me go through the materials that we'll be using for today's painting. I'm using 100% cotton watercolor cold pressed paper by Baohong. I'm taping it down to a glass piece using masking tape, and I have my watercolors right here in the half pan set like this. Next, I have some brushes by Schimoni Art. The first one is a modeler brush to apply water, and I also have a few round brushes in different sizes to paint the galaxy. Lastly, I have a jar of fresh water and some paper towels. First, for the wet on wet technique, I'm applying a light wash of water using a modeler brush. I'm mixing bright rose and bright opera, and I've added a little bit of water to lighten the shades. When you're starting the painting, don't take too much pigment at once. This will be difficult later if you want to correct any mistakes or lift off any color. So always start with lighter colors and values, and you can gradually add more and more whenever it's needed. I have added pinks mostly in the center, leaving some white spaces intentionally, and now I'm adding violet in those blank spaces and around the pink areas. For this painting, I have picked mostly pinks, purples and blues, but you can use any colors of your choice. If you're painting galaxies for the first time or if you need inspiration, you can check out some reference images on Unsplash or NASA Images for some ideas. Next, I'm adding bright clear violet to our galaxy. I'm not mixing the colors just yet. Try using 100% cotton cold pressed watercolor paper. It helps keep the paper wet for slightly longer so you get sufficient time to work on it. I have shared a few affordable paper suggestions in the description box. You can check them out. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will help me create more such videos for you. Now to darken the galaxy, I have taken indigo and I'm adding it to the paper, especially in the corners. Notice how I'm not covering the entire area and leaving some spaces in between to create variation and depth in the painting. Here I'm adding a mix of Prussian blue and phthalo blue. Once you're happy with the colors, you can add in more paint and blend it roughly with each other. Before the paper dries up completely, I'm adding in more pigment over the same areas that we have painted before, and I'm blending them well. To darken the galaxy a little more, I'm adding Pines Grey as well, especially in the corners. I would love to know if you have any suggestions or tutorial requests for my future videos. Please share them in the comments below. As the center of the galaxy is still quite light, I'm adding more bright rose and blending it with the violets around it. To avoid muddy mixes, make sure you rinse off your brush in between whenever you're switching from dark shades to lighter colors. If you have enjoyed the tutorial so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I wanted to keep these areas a little lighter, but at the same time also add a little bit of color because they're still looking white. So I'm adding bright opera here. I'm intentionally leaving some white spaces to add some variation. In a few areas, while the paper is still wet, I'm adding bright rose to create a kind of flowy effect. I'm not sure what it's called, but it kind of shows the colors are flowing gradually towards each other. At least that's the effect that I'm going for. Although this step is not mandatory, I'm just trying to show some tips to make your galaxies look more realistic. To create more depth and variation in the galaxy, I'm adding a little bit of pigment and lifting some paint here and there. As we are not gonna add another layer, I'm darkening some areas by adding a mix of Prussian blue and Pines grey. Our background layer is almost done. I'm gonna show you two different ways to create glowy stars. First is to use a damp clean brush and then lift off the paint in a circular area like this, or you can simply add white gouache in few areas wherever you want to add those stars. And I'm blending the outer edges just a little bit. Just to speed up the drying process, I'm using a heat gun. You can also use a hair dryer or let it air dry completely. Lastly, I'm adding more stars to the galaxy. My favorite way is to tap on the loaded brush with my finger or use another brush to splatter the stars randomly. And in the areas where we have created that soft glow around the stars, you can also add a little bit of sparkle, but again it's totally optional. We are done with the painting, and this is how I paint an easy watercolor galaxy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can also check out more videos here. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Instagram for regular updates, more videos and tutorials. Happy painting. Bye.